Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Great to see you guys here. Welcome to SoulPet. All right. Look at everybody already jumping on. We got a whole bunch of folks here waiting. All right. Good to see you guys. Hey, Robbie. Great to see you. You look 18. Yeah, you have become a fixture on our channel. Yep, we love Robbie Dill. Okay, we're going to say hello to everybody in just a second. First, this is Soul Pet. You have reached us on Monday night. We go live every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. I am in Central Time. My name is Elaine. I'm the Animal Reiki Lady. I'm an animal intuitive, an animal mystic, animal communicator, animal Reiki master, animal medium, you name it. When the animals have opened the doors wide for me. And this channel SoulPet was started when my Lucy crossed to the other side. And she opened the door to be able to connect with animals that I never knew existed. And this was back in 2020. And now we have SoulPet. And we get together every Monday. This is the channel for those of us, including myself and everybody who you see in the chat. We have all been through the loss of a soul pet, all been through the transition. I'm trying to get more and more away from using the word lost because I'm trying to I'm trying to change up the verbiage that we use and the way that we look at their crossing and their passing. But if you have experienced the passing of an animal companion that was a part of your family, a part of your soul, this is the channel for you. We get together every single Monday and we talk about everything. We talk about how we deal with loss. We talk about grief. We talk about healing. I share lots of woo-woo stuff. Like tonight, we're going to talk about reincarnation and past lives. And we just explore everything. There's no topic off limits. So I hope that you will join us and feel comfortable introducing yourself in the chat because this group of people, this beautiful community that we have here will hold you, virtually support you wherever you happen to be on your journey with grief after the passing of an animal companion. And we have been through all the stages. So we honor wherever you are, judgment free. Tonight's topic is going to be about reincarnation. This is a live stream and it's a conversation. Even though it's mostly my voice, you'll see all the comments on the side there. And it's a wonderful place for us to come together as a community and talk through things and talk about things. So I answer questions and answers that come up in the chat. I do have some notes that I take when I do a little meditation before each live stream, just to get some insight from our animal companions on the other side about things to talk about. And reincarnation has been coming up the past couple weeks. Somebody, as at least one person each week, has asked about reincarnation. So I thought it might be time for us to talk about that again. But since this is a beautiful community, I'd like to say hello to all my channel members first, and then welcome everybody else who is viewing. Ooh, I feel like I'm talking a mile a minute here. Hang on a sec. Let's take a sip of water and relax. Okay, so Robbie, we already said hello to you. Sherry, great to see you. So I see some good questions coming up. Who else do I have here, channel members? Now I'm going to cough. Kali, always taking care of me, being my cheerleader, reminding people to smash that like button, which cracks me up. Yes, like I'm not that YouTuber, but please do like, subscribe, share with them, share with your family members or friends, anyone you know who may be going through the loss of an animal companion and doesn't feel like people understand. There's a community here who understands you. It doesn't matter. We don't ever judge. If you say that it was 10 years ago and you still can't put down that bucket of grief, we're going to help you. We're gonna accept you just the way you are and help you with that. So thank you, Kali, for that support. So I see more questions coming up. Who else? Did I see Sharon? I thought I saw Sharon. I thought I saw Sharon posting somewhere here, but oh, there she is. Yep, Sharon. So good to see you guys. And then who else have we got? Hang on. I wrote my little my little cheat sheet so I remember everybody's names. So we have Cassie, Lady Leomon, and I don't see Nico's mama here yet, but I have the name written down, Christina. And then Imagine, who just joined our community last week, Valerie. I don't see her here yet either, so we'll see if they jump on. Ashwani, so we'll see. We had a lot of new people last week, but who else have I got here? So Lady Leomon, Cassie, Magnificent Sales, pretty sure you're Lauren. That's one from a long time ago, Magnificent Sales. You've been with us for a long time, but I'm pretty sure that I will talk about the pirate look and the reason that I picked that. I look at it this way. if we're going to have, like, if we're going to use AI, we might as well use it for something fun. Like, I don't need AI to create, like, I got my animals. Like, I have AI animal intelligence. They're the ones who give me all the downloads. But if we're gonna be able to make fun pictures like that, why not? The question that I asked AI was, I wanted a picture of a dog who looked like she had a secret, and then behind her, a woman who looked like me, dressed in some kind of old 18th century kind of clothing. And it gave me that pirate outfit that I thought was hilarious. So, yeah, having fun with AI. Okay, who else have I got here? Dun, 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 dun. Sarah, good to see you. Welcome as always. Who else have I got? I saw some other names besides Sarah. Oh, Tammy, here you go. Oh, yeah. Look, I wrote down Brooklyn and Tammy. You're at the very top of my paper. So we will be saying hello to Tammy and welcoming Tammy to the group and mentioning Brooklyn because there's something specific that I wanted to say about that. And Jody, I said hello to already, I'm pretty sure. There was one other person. Susan, good to see you. Finally remembered you're live, right? So fortunately, unlike some of the other social media where live streams disappear after 30 days, why I love going live on YouTube is because there's a legacy here. These videos stay forever. So when a topic comes up that you are, maybe I haven't talked about it recently, but over the past 3 years that I've been doing this, we've covered a lot. So you could always you could always search YouTube for a specific topic and see if there's not already a video that you can go back to and listen to. Okay, so I think I said hello to everybody. Elaine, show on messages. Thank you. I got, you guys take care of me. Oh, you take care of me. Thank you so much. I only have top chat on, so yep. All messages be visible, please. There, Donna! Hello, hello. It is good to see you. Who else am I missing now? Is it just Donna that, but God, Kali, thank you for taking care of me. All right, let's see, what else? All right, I think we're good. So let's go back up here to the questions. Donna is here. Thank you. Ooh, mystical magic video. Cookies Mom! Hey, good to see you. Awesome. Remind me your first name, please. I'll write it on my little list. And we'll do mystical magical. Ooh, how fun that is. I love everything mystical magical. Mystical magical, Cookies Mom. Because I want everybody to feel welcome here. You know that. I want everyone to feel welcome. I want you to feel like you're part of the community. All right. Let's get to some questions. Okay. So there's two things I want to talk about before I get to questions. The first one is that tonight I'm going to keep the topic light. We're going to talk about past lives. We're going to talk about reincarnation. I made that pirate picture because I thought it was fun. I don't want to minimalize anyone's grief. I understand how serious the topic of pet loss is. I get it. We've all been there. We've all shed many tears. We've shed tears together. But sometimes I just like to lighten the mood a little bit. And this topic really intrigues me and really interests me. So when we talk about some of the things tonight, know that if you're new to the channel, that I don't ever intentionally minimalize anyone's grief. And I don't want you to feel that. I want you to know that you are honored wherever you happen to be on that journey. And I hope you will join us for this whole conversation because you'll find some little nugget here. There will be some nugget that will help you on your path and on the road that you're on to healing after the loss of a soul pet. The second thing that I want to mention is just a little bit of housekeeping thing. You guys know that I've said it for the past few weeks now that I just jumped in. I jumped in the deep end, both feet, and I created a retreat to Teotihuacan. I did this because of the experience that I had at Teotihuacan that was so healing. And I'll mention that there have been so many losses, and I don't know if you guys have been through this too. I think that many of you have. Since 2020, there seemed to be a period of time where every single year there was loss and again. And it was consistent up until, I won't go into all the details, but between animal companions, family members, and then of course with the passing of my husband in November, I mentioned last week, it left me in a dark place, and Teotihuacan healed that unintentionally. This beautiful trip to the ancient pyramids in Mexico changed things for me, and I want to be able to help anybody else who is on that healing journey. And there was nothing, I can't describe what happened there. You have to experience it. And I want whoever needs to experience it to experience it. But the reason that I'm saying all that is because Saturday morning, this coming Saturday, and it won't be the last one, I'm going to do a live Q&A for anybody who wants to jump on, just to ask questions about it, to see what it's all about. No commitment, no, there's nothing. You can just jump on and say hi. In fact, if all you want to do is talk face to face and let me hear your voice, I would love to do that. I will, after this live stream is over, I will post the link to the Zoom, so that anybody who wants to go and hang out with me on Saturday morning, I will be there live. Okay, so that was the housekeeping. Now let's get to questions. For a moment, when I looked quickly at the questions, I saw Sherry's questions as spectacles, not species. And I'm like, spectacles, do they wear oh, species. Yes, they can come back. We can come back as different species. We'll talk about that in a minute. Sherry says first, when I connected with my big current dog, I saw a wolf walking near a man dressed in fur in the snow. I knew this man saved it. Now it was his protector. I wonder if it was Roxy and I. Sherry, if you ask yourself the question, I am going to tell you yes. When we talk about reincarnation tonight and past lives, do I have any solid proof? None. Can I show you pictures from a past person and a dog and a current person and a dog and have you know that there's reincarnation there? I have no concrete physical thing to share with you that proves it other than what I know. And when I get this feeling from our animal companions, they give me a sense of knowing that is so strong that I don't deny it anymore. I don't ignore it. I don't question it. I don't doubt it. I trust it. And that's when all the information starts to flow. So if you're asking yourself that question, the answer is yes. But the second thing is, as soon as I read it, it sounds so real to me. When you have that sense, a man dressed in fur in the snow, you get a very specific vision. That's not an overactive imagination. That is an active imagination in the right way. Our imagination is a tool that we are gifted with, that we are meant to use. And when you allow your imagination to create for you the scene like that, it's showing you something real. So the answer is yes, I would get that sense also. But also, can they be different species? We're going to talk about that in just a minute when I talk about the ways in which reincarnation, the many ways that reincarnation occurs. And one of the things that I will reiterate is that there are no rules the way that we think. We think, okay, so we have, I'm kind of jumping ahead, but we think, all right, so we've lived our life in a certain way, and if we haven't been good enough, then we're going to have to come back, and we're going to be stuck on this wheel of karma, and we have to come back as many times until we do enough good deeds that we can. There are no rules. There are no rules like that. There's so many options for all souls. And we'll talk more about that in just a sec. So the answer is yes. They can come back as different species. We can come back as different species. I'm just going to scroll down. Good question. Yeah, the pirate look, which I explained. I know. I just thought it was hilarious. that you could actually put those parameters into an AI program, and that is the picture that it would come up with. Yep, we're all doing well, Sarah. Everybody's doing good. Don't forget to smash the like button. Just getting ready to post that. Thank you, Sherry. And possibly also about the do the live chat thing. I heard a quote today about animals. We leave and they wait for us. And that quote got me thinking that they do always wait for us. So maybe when they transition, we have to learn to wait too. Kali, I think that there is, there's a lot of truth to that there's something about waiting, except that we only have to wait here in the physical. Time when we leave our physical body is completely different. Can I tell you what it's fully like? I don't think that time doesn't exist when we're not in our physical bodies, but I think it just exists in a whole different paradigm, a whole different perspective. There's a movie, I know it was a remake of a remake. It's a movie with John Goodman and Richard Dreyfuss and Holly Hunter. And I can't think of the name of the movie, but it's about it's not about reincarnation, but it's about a ghost who talks to the woman that was left behind. And the man, his sense of time it's gone. He has passed, and when he realizes that, and he has this own little guardian angel kind of person, it feels to him like it's been a day, but it's actually been a year. So it's an interesting movie that talks about the shift in time, if that's something that you wanted to see. If anybody knows the name of that movie, please post it. Always, maybe? Always. It might be called Always, but they're firefighters in the Rocky Mountains, if I'm not mistaken. So got me that we leave and they wait for us. And I'm not sure about if you're talking about like in real life, but here's what when I see that comment, here's what I think about. I think about dogs who, if we go out of our house, we go to the store, we go to work, we go wherever, they wait for us. They wait for us. And I think they also have no sense of time. I think when they wait for us, they don't know whether it's been an hour, a day, or a week. They just patiently wait for us to return. And then when they transition to the other side, which I will never stop reiterating, the courage that we have as human companions to our beautiful animals, because we bring them into our home, fall in love with them, knowing full well that they will transition before us. And yet we do it anyway, because we love them and we want to give them the best possible life, which is how I look at it with Gypsy. I want her to have the best possible life, for however long that is for her. And I will not ever, I honor her journey as much as my own. So it got me thinking that we have to wait. When they transition, we have to learn to wait too. I think we do. We have to learn to wait if we're going to see them again in any kind of a way that we want to. But we all know, and we talk about this many times, that their signs, their messages, the way that they connect with us and communicate to us from their non-physical state, they're still present for us. They're just not, we can't physically hug them the way that we want. We can't hold them. We can't smell their paws. We can't scruff their head and their ears. And we can't do that part of it, but we can still be in a relationship with them, still connect with them. Which reminds me, as I was thinking about dogs, because I have always had dogs. I've only ever once or twice had a cat be part of my life. When they chose, oh my gosh, my cat Thomas, who chose us by jumping into the engine of our car, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. I think about dogs and them sitting and their tails wagging and the way that you would scruff up their neck. But then I'm reminded of cats. I'm reminded of cats, how they like to have their whole body pet. You start at the top and you have to touch their entire body right down to the very tip of their tail. And that reminded me that we love Ms. Nunya New York Business. So everybody give a shout out to Ms. Nunya New York Business, who always has to watch the next day until she can join us again on Monday nights. Cheryl, we miss you and love you and hug you and think of Mew Mew all the time. Okay, let's see what else I got. Donna, hope thanks Collie for sending a reminder. Yes. So that some of us don't disappear. I know. And Donna, whose doggy gave me one of the best validations ever when making a connection with animals on the other side. Most dogs that have come to live with me have been born 2 years almost to the day that my previous animal transitioned. I used to think it was a coincidence, but it has happened too often now. Yeah, then that kind of thing, I would 100% say that is a form of reincarnation. And for some, it's instantaneous. So you know that when Noah, my grand dog, passed, I drove him to be cared for after he had transitioned. And his physical body, not his soul, his physical body is laying on the seat next to me, cuddled right next to me, all wrapped up in a beautiful little blanket. And then that shooting star that goes right across the highway. I mean, the hugest shooting star just shoots across the highway in front of my vehicle. And I knew instantly that Noah had reincarnated, like that. I knew instantly that Noah had chosen to come back immediately. And it was the star that told me that. So if you've got a pattern that you're seeing repeating, like your animals are coming back in the same amount of time, 100%, it's a form of reincarnation. I'm basically a volunteer hype woman. Thank you. You are a volunteer hype woman. I scrolled too fast. Hold on, because I see this old horse girl somewhere. Let's go back. You know what? I really need to, I went way too fast. Okay, so I see Cookie's mom. I wanted to find Brooklyn's comment also. Hang on. I need somebody who can, like, I need a little gnome. I need a little fairy sitting next to here, going through all these comments for me. Okay, here we go. Tammy Sue says, can you tell me if my Brooklyn is with me? Does she know I miss her and love her? Tammy Sue, I love you so much. Thank you for asking that question, because we all know, everybody here, everybody in this group can answer it. The answer is 100% yes. In fact, let me pop out the comments. I keep pointing to the comments to the side. I'm going to put them right in front of me. Pop out my comments. The answer 100% is yes, without question. I am telling you that. I am telling you that, and now I've lost where that question was. Ay, ay, ay. This is a live stream, guys. Sorry about that. Oh, look, that's everybody answering your question. She knows your heart and is always with you. So Brooklyn always knows. And there was something that you said in the comment on the video earlier that you commented on, Tammy, and it was about, I think your exact quote was that your grief is all you have left of her. And that's what I really wanted to talk about as part of tonight too, that I hope that you know that your grief is not all that's left of her. Our beautiful animal companions, when they transition out of their physical body, we say things like they've gone to the other side or they're waiting for us at the Rainbow Bridge. But the reality that they have shown me is that they don't ever actually leave us at all. It's why I'm trying to get away from the word loss. They do not leave us. There's no separation for them. Their soul, their spirit, their energy, their life force leaves the physical body, but doesn't like float off somewhere. They don't go sit on a cloud. They have a chance to experience different things, which is what we're going to talk about with reincarnation, but they can be called back to you instantly. There are also no rules on the other side of any kind about their connection with you. If they are your soul pet, as Brooklyn is a part of you that cannot be created or destroyed. She is you. She's a part of you. And Brooklyn, I'm guessing, is a she. Yes, she. Not only does she know that you still love her, yes, she knows that you miss her. And yes, she wants to say, but mommy, you don't have to miss me. You might miss me in a certain way, but I am right here. And if you let me, I will show you. They will show you. They've shown all of us different signs. When we are open to the possibility that they have the ability to connect with us and show us a sign, they will send us such obvious signs. Excuse me, as I don't know why I have that little tickle in my throat tonight, but I do. So they will show us signs. So be prepared. Ask Brooklyn tonight to come to you in a dream, to give you a word, to give you a color, to let you find a little piece of her fur somewhere. Jack would do this. I call them pony parts. Jack passed in December of 2021, and we were moving a sofa like 3 years later, and there was a little bit of his fur, and that's what we called it. We called him Pony. And my husband said, look, it's pony parts. And they show us all the time that we're connected. So I'm not gonna like keep harping on that, except if you join us every Monday night, you will discover that that they send us signs. Okay. So good to see you. Notice me here. I don't get to come much, but I am here. Okay, always. And folks, if you are not the kind of person who likes to put something in the comments, that's so cool. I mean, it's totally fine. Don't worry about it. But know that you can, because we will always hold you. And even if you watch this a day from now, a week from now, 5 years from now, I still try to go back and find all the comments. And say hello and welcome you and try to give you some kind of support. I would love to see all of you that could make it. Oh yeah, if you guys want to come hang out with me on Saturday morning, anybody, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's the topic. The topic is questions and answers about what Teotihuacan is, and why I'm so compelled to like just pull a retreat out of the hat. But anyway, Christina, is here with Gus the Bunny in person and Luna the Bunny in spirit. Welcome, Christina. It is so nice to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Knowing in my knower, that kind of feeling, that feeling when you just know, just trust it. It's more than instinct. It's more than intuition. It is a form of intuition, but it is your intuitive understanding. When something is so clear and so obvious that you just know it, then you trust it. Jody, hello. The movie is Always. Good. It's called Always. If not for John Goodman being in. No, but it's definitely me. Something's going on here. Shoot. Ghosts first. Ghosts enough. No, it's definitely me. Something's going on here. We're having a technical issue of some kind, but we seem to be back. Okay. All right. Let me know if you guys can see and hear me okay now. Yeah, I just totally, everything just went. So we've got really, really heavy duty wind here. I don't think wind has much to do with anything anymore, but you don't know. Nope, something's wrong because I'm getting an echo. Can you hear the echo of my voice? Somebody let me know if you can. It has to do with there's a microphone here that just went wonky. Something. I don't see any comments coming up. Yes, can hear the echo. It has to do with there's a microphone here that just. All right. Can you still hear me? Oh my God, something's going wrong. All right. Hang on. Let me see what I can do here. Because I can hear my own voice repeating behind me. Okay, can you hear me now? With or without the echo? You can hear me on your desktop, but not the phone. Can't hear me. I'm guessing that nobody can hear me. All right, let's see what's going on. Give me 1 second here. We can hear you. Okay. All right. Then we're going to proceed, even though I think something's not working well. Let me pop out my chat. Okay. Here we go. Back again. I will just let me know if if you see anything else go wonky. Still buffering. All right. Well, I am going to proceed. I'm Gina. Hello. Mary Mother of God. It's great to have you here. Thank you for joining us. What a great handle. Okay, so I'm just going to proceed. And I don't know where I was when I was saying, oh, we were talking about movies. Ghost is another good movie for understanding reincarnation and for why some souls reincarnate. The only thing about Ghost that I don't necessarily concur with is that at the end he goes, like his soul goes off to heaven and can never be accessed again. But in other respects, Ghost has some really good points to it. Okay, so let's talk about reincarnation. Okay. Reincarnation. Reincarnation comes in many forms. We often think of reincarnation as being the way that I was never taught about reincarnation. The nuns. Coincident that Mary Mother of God just showed up. Oh no. We don't want to be disrespectful, but Mary Mother of God, we do have a running thing about the nuns because I was raised Catholic and there's always something that comes up about the nuns. I really needed to hear this tonight. I love you guys here too. Oh, good. Yay. Sorry, did you see my comment about a dog's purpose? Probably not. It probably was during the time when everything just went crazy for me there. So if somebody wants, and then I did know that I missed a comment from this old horse girl. So if you, nope, guys, we're done again. Sorry, guys. Hang tight. I mean, I just keep getting that thing that says I have a weak signal. So stick with me. I'm gonna, if I see it go out again, I'll just take a pause and we'll come back again. So hello to Vito. It's great to see you here. This old horse girl. Great to see you here. Saying goodbye to Clem, and he has 3 lights by where he's buried. One wasn't on, so I said, "Love you, Clem. Why isn't that light on?" The second I said, the light came on. Oh, yes, 100%. That's the kind of thing that we have to be open to. Um, that's just the kind of thing we have to be open to, that they are going to use any way possible to get our attention, to let us know that they can communicate, not just send signs, not just give messages, not just fill your heart with love, which is all those things they can do. They can communicate with us, and they want us to communicate with them. So that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Every day I put my hand on beloved Gigi's box with her ashes in it. That's also, there is, I've mentioned this before, that there's a tradition in the Polynesian culture, in the Hawaiian culture, that every single soul leaves a little bit of itself behind. And if you've got a physical reminder of your animal companion, whether it's ashes or their a dog bed or their collar, all of those things carry just a little bit of their energy. No, tell me you can't hear me anymore. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, all I can do is go through this. I don't know what else to do. Hmm. I am definitely frozen. No, it's me all the way. Well, I'm gonna keep talking then, and maybe the video will come back. Let me just check my little Zoom connection here. So I'll keep talking. You guys can just stare at a picture of me. I don't know what that's all about or what's going on. So I will do, when this kind of thing happens, I will do like a pre-recorded video. I'll go back and talk about some of these things and post it so that you guys can go back and see without having warning. Oh boy. So if I lose you guys, I do apologize because I have such a kind face. Thank you. Facebook, YouTube has now put this big flashing yellow triangle on my laptop that says warning, warning. Okay. So I will just keep talking, and then I will post another video, and hopefully I will come back. I want to talk about reincarnation. Think about this, and you guys can still post questions too. That reincarnation doesn't have any rules. We weren't ever taught about reincarnation because in the Judeo-Christian philosophy, after the birth of Jesus or after the death of Jesus. So we have Jesus and we have the birth of Christianity, and it was about 400 AD, which now we call that CE, current time. I don't know. I want to be politically correct, but I was raised with AD. So it was in the year 400 after Christ's death is when all of these. I also don't want to sound sexist, but it was a group of men who got together and they decided what would be taught and what would not be taught. And there is, if you want to do a little bit of research, they pulled all of these, everybody, all kinds of people wrote things, not just the apostles, Mark, Luke, John, James, were they the ones that wrote there were so many more books that were written by all of Jesus's followers. Prior to that time, reincarnation was it was just a part of what people thought. They believed that we were reincarnated and we would come back again and again and again. Then this group of people got together and they decided, well, we're gonna like banish all these things, and they did not include them in our current version of the Bible, and we've all been raised with this current version of the Bible. So I won't go into all that detail, but if you wanted to do more about that, yeah, I'm totally frozen, guys. I'm sorry about that. I keep getting there's this warning thing going on there. So my Jack Russell died June 28th, 2026. Is Prada around me? You are so devastated. Oh my goodness. Yes, 100%. Prada is absolutely not just around you, just with you. They still want to be part of our life. And maybe I can weave that into what we talk about through here. And thank you, Kali. This is exactly why I love this community, because we will hold you no matter where you happen to be. No matter where you happen to be on this journey, whether it's so fresh or even if it's not, even if it's been a couple years, but you're still feeling that, that's what we're here for. Anyway, so we weren't taught about reincarnation. It still remained a part of Eastern traditions. So with Buddhism, Taoism, Hinduism, reincarnation was a part of that religious tradition, but not in the West. So now it's becoming more and more, if not accepted, something that people are curious about, and that we are discovering that there's more to it than what we thought. What as I studied reincarnation, so just out of curiosity, I always wanted to learn and know what it was. That reincarnation was coming back to recycle a life. So we live our life in a certain way. If we don't live good enough, or if we do something wrong, or if we wrong other people, wrong animals, then we have to come back and do it again until we get it right. And each time we progress, we get closer and closer to a state of perfection where we don't have to reincarnate anymore. And that could be for some people on their journey. It's very possible. But I'm trying not to read all the comments for just a second here, and because now I have no camera. But anywho, well, I'll come back to all your questions in just a moment. Look, I'm seeing books written by Mary Magdalene, Eve. Yep, they took them out, Sharon. It's the Book of Enoch, the Book of Thomas, the Book of Mary. All of those gospels contain additional information. But so what do I think reincarnation involves now? I think reincarnation is much more than just the need to repeat a life because you didn't live it good enough the first time around. I think that all of the awakening, all the spiritual awakening that has been going on for the past, it's been a while now. I want to say it's just in the 2000s, say just in the past 25 years or so, we have had such a shift in our spirituality that and more people coming to realizations that there's more to this life than what we've been led to believe. And the more we explore and the more that we awaken as a group, the more that things change, so that our understanding is that we don't have to actually relive karma again. Karma, we've maybe healed it, is what I want to say, that we have as a humanity healed some of that karma, so that we don't have to keep repeating these things, and that we can actually heal our karma in this lifetime. So if we are, let's just say that I was born, I'm going to use me as the example. Let's just say that I was, wait, I'm sorry, I just saw the comment from Mary, Mother of God, that you're finding poop bags in areas of your home that you don't replacing them in clean ones. I get it. I hope they're clean. But yes, all of those things, they're going to try to obviously get through to us when they pass to the other side, which is really what this is all about. Why I want to say that reincarnation, it can just be incarnation. Just because they're not in their physical body anymore doesn't mean they're still not by our side. They can, they still have energy. They still have the ability to connect with us. And yes, expect those signs to get stronger. Thank you, Kali. You're so right. All right. So I was using myself as an example. Let's just say that I had a prior life as a pirate. I had a prior life, and I did a bunch of bad stuff. I was not a very nice human being. And so I get reborn into this current iteration. And so part of my healing process of my own karma is that I have to go to Catholic school. But sorry, this is making me laugh. I have to go to Catholic school. But when I come out of that, and when I start to have my own personal awakening, and I realize now that everything is about love, and that my whole purpose on earth in this lifetime is to love and be loved, and to love animals, and to love everyone, and to see the good in everyone. And I don't care how Pollyanna that sounds. I don't care if it sounds like I wear rose-colored glasses. I don't care. I don't care. I will go up and I will give the most vilified person on this planet the biggest hug, because I know that all they are is a hurt human. And I will love them. And by doing that, by stepping into that role, and by saying, I don't want to judge anybody anymore, ever, that it heals my own karma, so that when I do choose to come back next time, maybe I get to come back as a dog. Maybe I get to come back as an eagle. But I think I get a choice. But so taking that to the next step, that was just from a human perspective. I believe that the universe has created, the universe, source, God, Buddha, Allah, whatever you want to call that, our divine creator who came up with this whole scheme has given us animals to show us that anything is possible. I think our animals, and I see the comments scrolling by so fast, I will go back and check as many of them as I can, but I want to get this message out there just in case I lose you guys completely, that animals can return to us. They can return to us in the form of another animal of the same species. They can return to us in the form of an animal in a different species. They can return to us through co-creation, where we, through meditation and connection and opening our heart to them, sit down with their energy and their spirit and together decide how they can come back onto this planet. But at the same time, they, souls on the, I'm going to say the other side for lack of a better term, souls that are no longer in the physical can do anything. They can explore anything. I know this. I know this from my husband. I know that he's flying jets. I know that he was an eagle that flew by me one day that was right there. I just knew it. That sense of knowing. And our animal companions have that same ability. Then the other thing that they can do is share. So that if you have an animal that lives with you now, if you've got an animal companion in the physical that shares their life with you, that your animal companion who is in spirit can come through their body. Like my beautiful gypsy who has taken on habits of Jack. She's taken on energetic habits of Jack, Lucy, and Winston. And at any given point in time, she may come to me and do something that is Lucy going, Mom, it's me. See the drool? It's me. Lucy could drool like the best of them. It's me. Or Jack with his stretch, this crazy stretch. I'm just making sure that I haven't lost you guys altogether. Can you talk about walk-in souls when our animals use it? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right now, the walk-in souls. Walk-in souls are not, it's not some kind of possession. It's not like, like you're, like something is coming in to possess their body and they lose all control. They willingly share their physical body so that they happily do it. They're happy, they're willing participants, and they share their body so that the soul of the other animal companions who share your life can pop in and say hello. And that's why there's no, I call it no rules. Whatever you can imagine as your animal companion in spirit being able to get through to you, come back to you, live with you, be with, they will do it. And if it's the form of wildlife, maybe it's a squirrel that constantly comes to your patio, maybe it's a bird that knocks on your window, maybe it's a new animal that comes into your life, and you know just when you look in their eyes that they are, look, I'm talking to the camera as if you guys can see me. I'm pointing at my eyes and the camera. You'll know it when you feel it. I don't remember who it was. You guys can always point out to me if it was one of you guys, that the song, you heard a song, and as soon as you heard the song, you knew that the dog that you were looking at the shelter was meant to come home with you because that was your song. All of those things are ways that our animal companions can come back to us. Now, what about the past life thing? Past life, I use that term past. You're cracking me up with the lady pirate stuff. All right, I'm going to have to, I'm going to scroll back up so that I don't miss too many comments. I can hear you now. Did you see my text about Clem? If I did, no, I don't think that I did. So you might want to repost that again. Ask for signs, look to use all your senses. Shari, that's a great reminder also. Use all of your senses, including your extrasensory ones. When we talk about the clairs, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairsmelliance, they're all of your senses, including your ability to sense things with your mind and with your soul and with your heart. Use them to hear the messages. Where was I going? Oh, past lives. Past lives, I use the term past in air quotes, because past, present, future is really only a thing here on Earth. Real time, maybe that's the way I'll think about it. Real time is concurrent. I use this little example. Let's see if I can, I can't show you guys the example because I don't have, my camera won't work, or whatever's going on won't work. But if you were to fold a piece of paper like a fan, and make a piece of, just fold it really skinny with all those little folds like a fan, that is really what time is like. And it folds in and of it and on itself. And when you do certain meditations, like there are people who do like past life regressions, you're not really going into the past. You're actually tapping into a different timeline or a different dimension, a different aspect of your life that you have lived maybe many times before. It's difficult for me to find all the words to explain that, but timelines and dimensions don't run linear the way that we think of here in this physical life that is linear. This physical life, we count in years, we count in days, we count in months, we watch the sun, we go through cycles, but in reality, time does not flow like that. Time is very fluid, and our animal companions can come in and out of those different timelines. It's also, I find, to be a comfort to think that if I were to lay down, and I have done this, if I were to lay down and I put earplugs in and I put a sleep mask over my eyes and I go into a deep meditation, I can visualize where I might be in another space and time. And Lucy is with me. And Lucy may not always be a dog, and I may not always be a person. It can be, we can flip-flop those roles. We can be anything we choose to be on in those different dimensions. And I know that's a hard one to wrap our minds around. And if you're just new to the whole awareness thing, the psychic awareness, the intuitive awareness, if this is all new to you, it's okay. You don't have to like buy into all of these things. I've spent the past dozen years going way down the rabbit hole, and there are still things to me that don't resonate with me. And when they don't resonate, I just let them be. I let them be until the time comes when it does make sense to me, and when I do have a different understanding or a deeper understanding. So have they lived many lives with you? The answer is yes, they have. They have lived often with you, which is why in this physical existence, it hurts so much when they go, because they've been with us for eons. They've been with us for immeasurable amounts of time. And to have them leave us alone here in this physical world, which we created for the experience, but dang, if it isn't sometimes really hard. And when they're by our side, they make it a little bit easier. And when their physical presence is not with us, it's harder. So I think they're trying to show us how we have this spiritual connection with them, so that we don't have to feel this kind of hurt, so that we know that they're still by our side. So do they have past lives? The answer 100% is yes. Have they always been part of our soul family? The answer to that is yes too, but I think our soul families are forever evolving. I know that with this group of people who join me here every Monday, that there are members of my soul family that I've never actually met. That I know you guys are a part of my family, but have I ever, other than maybe occasionally seeing your picture or seeing you on a Zoom, I don't know, but yet I feel that we are family, and I feel that we've been together and we've been brought back together. We've reconnected with each other. You know, who knows? Maybe at some point we were burned at the stake together, and we said, "Oh, we're going to find each other in the next life." That's the way I love to think of that. And hey, you know what? Why doesn't Mew Mew come live with you this time, and Jack can come live with me? I think the possibilities are endless. And if we can open our minds and hearts to the idea that the possibilities with all of the souls that we're meant to connect with are infinite, then we can play with being a pirate. Then we don't have to be so weighed down by the heaviness of our grief. Okay, so that's what I think about, past lives and incarnation. I'm going to answer some questions now. Mary, 100%, absolutely zero judgment here. We will accept you no matter where you happen to be. Lost my son 15 years ago. Oh, Mary, my heart is with you for sure. And you had prodded for 15 years, and she saved my life. Our animals have a way of doing that too. They have a way of rescuing us, every single one of us who's ever been rescued by an animal. we absolutely know what that feels like. Sometimes the signs are small ones. Yep, keep an open mind. Sometimes the signs are small, but sometimes they're neon. Um, you see license plates with her birth date. Oh, that's awesome. That's fantastic. That's a really easy sign. Um, August will be 18 years since my older brother passed. Okay, Cassie, losing him devastated the family. I can only imagine. That's an experience that I have not, and hopefully won't ever have to deal with, but my heart is with each and every person who has ever experienced that kind of loss. The depth of loss is, can devastate a family, but I hope that at some point it also, especially when it does come our time to go, that knowing that we'll all be reunited. I also believe that our loved ones, the loss of my husband has been my deepest loss other than my soul pets. Um, I know he talks to me. I know he, I know between, because I'm Claire Alliant, which is Claire Smell. He sends scent. I can hear his voice. I can literally hear his voice in my head. It's one of the few voices that I can hear. And it's usually saying something smart ass because that's what he was. So I hope you're receiving those signs also. And smell her scent. Yeah, right. I do scent is really, really strong for me. So I get a lot of signs through scent. All right, I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I don't know who this person is. I just adopted a corgi rescue in May. I don't know how to pronounce that name. So I don't want to butcher it, so I won't say it. In May, they think is 2. I have another corgi that's 8. At times the older one will get ticked off with her. I wish the older one would get along a little better. Well, it's hard to say. Every single animal has a personality just like us. They each have their own personalities. And if somebody were to bring someone into your home that you weren't familiar with, is there a chance that you would occasionally get ticked off with them? Possibly. Maybe I would I mean, an 8-year-old and a 2-year-old. I look at Gypsy now, and we recently had a puppy come into our home, and she was like, "Get the heck out." She wanted nothing to do with the puppy. So I kind of understand where your little corgi is coming from. My bunny Luna passed in April. Absolutely heartbroken over it. Bunnies have a really, really cool way of getting, because um, bunnies have a very unique little, I would call it a chirp. I don't know if your bunny chirped, but just this pretty little, just a little sound that they made that is so easy for them to come through. So I hope your little bunny is sending you signs. Oh, with the color purple. That's fun. Um, okay. Keychains. Look at it. That's just awesome. All of those are signs. It doesn't matter where they come from. If so, your neighbor bought you that and put it on your door. It's still, that is a sign from your little pal. Okay, yep, happy tears. All right, let's see if I am catching up with all the questions. Potato uses Claire flatulence. I love it. Yes, Claire flatulence. That's awesome. Yeah, actually, earlier today, I did have a very, very strong scent of dog poo in my house, which Gypsy has not ever messed in the house, and she's not a flatulent one. And I went from room to room thinking she must have had an accident. Absolutely nothing. So that had to be one of my other dogs also getting through to me. Um, Yesterday is history, tomorrow is mystery, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Um, yeah, there's a Kung Fu Panda. Oh, there's another really good. See, we have a way also with our cinema to bring these really cool messages to each other. Last week I was talking about the sheep detectives. We talked about a dog. Somebody in here, I never got to the thing about the dog's purpose. I'm sorry. I'll see if I can go back up, scroll back up and find that. Um, let's see what else. Adopted Kai from a family friend earlier the same year when your brother died. He was the reason for getting up in the morning. Fostering many dogs, we have seen clear instances of dislike between dogs. Oh, I'm so sorry yeah, dogs can, well, even cats. I mean, actually just, there was someone today who was bit by a cat and whose hand completely swelled up. But the reason that she got bit was because she was trying to separate 2 cats. So, yeah, let's see if I missed, I'm sure I scrolled down too far now and missed a couple questions. Bets under green and I was on the beach. I said, Prada, where are you? I went home. In 72 hours, my vet called and said, come get Prada. Yeah, all of those things that we might otherwise say are coincidence are not. There is no such thing as coincidence. There is only coincidence. These are all synchronicities. When we start to understand that our life is full of synchronicities all day long, we can find synchronicities. Then we get a better understanding of how deeply connected to them we are. All right. Any other questions about reincarnation? I know it's awkward without the video, so I'm going to create a new video just for this topic. I'll cover each of the topics then in more detail about how they reincarnate. Can they? I think there was a question here that said, can they reincarnate more than once? Unlimited amount of times. Unlimited amount of times they can reincarnate. And I want to say this in a way that I don't understand fully the answer to. They can reincarnate at the same time as two separate animals. Like if there was, I'll use Winston as the example. I know that a part of Winston went and reincarnated to be with his little girl from the family who had given Winston up at the same time that I could feel him with me. So I know that they can be multiple places at the same time. There are no rules. You're not going to miss it. They're not going to reincarnate and you're not going to go to the shelter that day. It doesn't happen that way. When they reincarnate and they're your soul animal and they're your soul pet and they're coming back for you, the universe will orchestrate things to make sure that you are connected, and your soul pet will not ever let you not be connected. In fact, there is somebody here, Jody, and I haven't seen sometimes she doesn't always comment, but she was the fourth time adopting this cat. The cat got returned 3 times because the cat went to 3 different families and those were not Jody, and the cat was not happy until she had Jody. And that is exactly how it will happen. All right, you guys, I'm going to let you go because of this video thing. I will go back through all the comments and I will pull any questions and answer them when I create the other video. Can it happen randomly and unexpectedly? Would they reincarnate again if asked? I know I have his siblings, but sometimes I just want my Kai again. That's what I call, hold on. All right, I see a couple questions here. I'm going to answer them right now. Yes, they will reincarnate if we ask. That's what I call the co-creation, that you can sit down and you have to, I would go into a meditation. You don't have to call it meditation if you don't want. It's just quieting your mind, letting everything else go that's not important, and nothing else is important. If what you want is to focus on is reincarnation, I would sit down with my book and with my pen, and I would together reincarnate. And I might ask them what they want to do, like what is their preference when they come back. Do they want to come back as something different? You could say, I would like to know for sure because I want to be able to hear this song. And I will honor your preference, whatever you want to come back as. Just make sure that I know it because you're going to be wearing a pink collar with a bell. You can absolutely co-create what that reincarnation looks like. Random and unexpectedly. It won't be unexpected if you begin to expect it from this moment on. But can it be that you didn't realize that they were going to reincarnate? Yeah, absolutely. I think so. But they're still going to show up for you. You're not going to miss it. Even if it's unexpected, they're not going to miss it. Feeds. That's right. That's the kitty cat that had to go to Jody. They will always find their way back to you. There was one more question. Why do Indians believe that cows are their ancestors? Why not? That would be my answer to that question. Why not? If that is their traditional belief, when they believe it as a group, it becomes a true thing. It just becomes a thing. Our beliefs become things. So if that's in that culture, I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, but in that culture, if they believe that their ancestors come back because they want to experience something different. And I don't know what the whole thing is with the cows. Like, I don't know why they chose cows as the way their ancestors came back. But I don't see a reason why that wouldn't be. But I can look into that further because I'm really curious about it now that you've brought that question up. Hug your fur babies. Thank you. I will. My husky, whom we initially fostered, literally ran away from the adoptive family, and an animal communicator she was running to get back to me. Was adopted out multiple times. Yeah, that's what they're not going to let you miss them. They're just not going to let you miss them. So if we believe in uniforms, then it will come true. Oh, only in paradise. So I'm not sure if you are asking me that question facetiously, like if we believe in it, then it will come true. But the answer is yes. The answer is 100% yes. And here's why I think that. I believe that everything that we have ever created, even if it's fictional, is real. Those things that we are called to create in our mind. So if you're a creative writer or you're a creative movie maker, when you create a character and you write about that character becomes real. That character exists somewhere in some universe, in some dimension, because we've brought them to life. So are unicorns real if we believe in it? Yes, they are. Just like fairies, just like gnomes, they become real. And I believe that in some dimension they exist. I don't know how unicorns don't seem impossible anymore. That's a really, really good point, Cassie. As we now discover so many more things about ancient history, which is also why I'm drawn to Teotihuacan. I love ancient history. I love ancient history, like 20,000 years ago ancient, when I think there was a society that might have been just as advanced as we are. Perhaps not in the same way, but just as advanced. So is there a chance that there were dragons? Yes. Is there a chance there was unicorns? Yes. I mean, for Pete's sake, how many years did people exist before we found the first dinosaur skeleton? So yeah, they're real. Yeah, Z, that's right. Thank you for pointing that out. So Z, when you watch us on the replay, we missed you. All family here. Okay. Like rhinos, their horns are made of keratin. That could explain why we haven't found a unicorn fossil. Oh, interesting. Haven't quite thought about it that way, but I know that we keep discovering more and more things. All right, that's enough about that. Okay, my guys, I'm gonna head out, and I will make another video for you all, and I will post it as a regular video, so it'll be under the video tab, not the live stream. Until next week, thank you guys all for joining me. If you want to join me on Saturday for a live Zoom where we get to talk like everybody besides just my voice, and we can actually see each other's faces and not frozen in place, I will keep an eye on the weather. Okay, why, are we supposed to get a bad storm or something? That could be the whole reason behind this. Anywho, have a beautiful week. Hope to see you on Saturday. Until next Monday, may animals light your way. I love you guys. Take care. Have a great week.